Hey Cancer, I'm doing a reading for you for the new moon in Libra. So what I was getting before I started your video, what did I get? Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. So before I started your video, what I was getting for you is you've been healing a lot of energies. That's what it was. You've been healing a lot of energies. A lot of energy work, right? I feel like you've been really working with your hands. I feel like the type of healing work and energy work that you're doing, it's healing for you, right? Like, I feel like the work that's being done is going to be healing for you, right? I feel like the situations that you're involved in or will be involved in, things are going to work out for your highest good, right? And the highest good of all, right? But I feel like anything that you're involved with, it's like an evening of the scales here for you, right? So if you're doing healing energy work on somebody, and like I feel like if they have like bad intentions, I feel like you have like the strongest evil eye protection on you. Like, I feel like if somebody's like, I'm not going to give any examples. I'm not going to give any examples today. We're not going to put that out there either. I feel like if somebody is not on the up and up with you, right? Like, you will always get what you deserve, Cancer. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you're coming across right, if you're showing up right, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing right, like, you will be taken care of, right? Like, as long as you're having good intentions, as long as the effort and energy that you're putting in, right, is for the highest good of yourself and for those around you, right? If anybody has any negativity, that not only negativity that you can see, right? I feel like it's negativity I feel like it's negativity that like could be coming up for you, like around the corner. I feel like your spirit guide's like, no, like, hey, this is not a good person for you. They're about to do this. Like, I feel like you have like supersonic, like, like just protection wrapped around you, right? And so I feel like your guides are like keeping people out, right? Like, I feel like the karmic return as to like what they're trying to do or have done or will do or won't do, like, that's all going to be taken care of for you, right? So if anybody like shorted you on some change, you know, don't go in there and like guns a-blazing, you know, like take that as a loss. Understand, honk right there. Take that as a loss. They'll get they will get theirs, right? But it's also the reverse of that energy, right? Like, it's like the people that are coming in to bless you. It's almost like with them blessing you, it's like they'll receive their blessings as well. Like I had a family member offer me help one time. This was a couple years back. This is right after I had my baby. You know, and I was being like, you know, like real proud and stuff. I was like, no, I don't need your help. You know, we'll be fine. You know, like typical, you know, like new mom stuff. And she was like, don't block my blessings by not accepting the blessing that I'm offering you, right? Because it's like, it's a karmic return. Like, if I'm blessing you, like, you'll be blessed as well, right? And same thing with bad energy. If somebody's bringing bad energy to you, like, that'll be done back to them, right? But I feel like it's like a very heavy blanket of protection on you at this time, like very, very heavy. Like, your assets are being taken care of. I feel like if there was an issue with money, I feel like that's being taken care of here, right? Like, I feel like you could have had like a couple slow days in the past, but with this Libra new moon, like, I feel like Libra season is gonna be picking up for you. Like, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of really, really good returns for you here, right? Okay, Cancer, now let's get into your cards. Now we can start. I really feel like you just have so much protection around you at this time. It's a bit too many. I feel like you have a whole lot of protection around you. I feel like you're being very taken care of. In aspects of your life that you can't see yet, right? It's almost like your back's being covered. And then we have the Knight of Cups. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you're coming, I feel like you're showing up vulnerable. I feel like you're showing up truthful. I feel like you're showing up, with a clean cup here. Like, I feel like your emotions are pure. Like, I feel like you are, you know, like, as you're showing up to things, like, I don't feel like you have ill will, bad intention. I feel like you're like your intentions are pure. Like, you, I feel like you're a very giving person here, right? Ooh, why did I want to cry out of nowhere, Cancer? Okay, ooh. I feel like you're going through some emotional stuff at this time. Ooh, that was like a rush of, okay. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you've been showing up like, I feel like you've been very forthcoming. I feel like you've been very honest. I feel like you have a lot to offer here. And I feel like there's just a few energies around here surrounding you here. It could be in your home. We have the 4 wands. Where this energy is being protected, right? That way you can be comfortable at home. That way you can, you know, like, I feel like you don't want to have any energies in your home where it's like not welcomed, right? I feel like you could be making an offer on a home. Somebody could be offering for you to move in with them, right? Scratch my nose here. Yeah, you could be moving in with somebody. I feel like this could be like a partnership of a person that you're moving in with here, right? I feel like you maybe could have met somebody new. Like, I don't know if this is like a family member, because this is the Knight of Cups. If it's a family member, I feel like it's somebody that you're very close with, right? Somebody that like you have like a genuine connection. This could be like somebody that you have lived with before, right? And we have the Judgment. Yeah. If somebody could have offered for you to come and stay with them, if you could have been living with somebody, anything like that, I feel like a judgment's being called about that. Like, where it is you're wanting to move, like, what's the next step here? Right, like, I feel like at the place you were at before, I feel like it was kind of empty, right? Like, look at these like little caskets that they're in. Like, it looks real empty in there. Yeah, and it kind of looks like he's taking this like little cup here and using it as like a horn. Like, I feel like yeah. Somebody could be speaking with their emotions here as well about a home. Yeah, I feel like you're at a crossroads here. And I feel like you're making a decision. You could be wanting a home where it's like more togetherness, like a lot more people, a lot closer connections. We have the King of Pentacles. It could be a King of Pentacles coming in and like offering you this, like a new home. It could be a love offer here. I feel like a judgment's being called about that, right? I feel like this character, whoever's like inviting you, asking you, could be a love offer, could, you know, anything like that. I feel like it's a person that has like a lot of things, right? Like they're very like materialistic. Look how much stuff, like, is there any room in the picture for you to be able to like move your stuff into here? I don't even think you can fit a queen in this picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a person who just has a lot going on here, right? And they could be coming in and making like offers here. And I feel like a judge is being called on that. Like, I feel like you're kind of seeing everything for like the truth of it. Like when reality is really setting in, when it's like, hey, time to make a decision. Are we going right or left? I think you're like, you're at this crossroads here and you're like, well, now I can see everything for what it, you know, like I feel like a lot of secrets are coming to you about this. I feel like you're seeing situations very clear, like where before it was kind of like fantasy and fun and flirty, right? But when somebody comes in and makes like a serious, real offer, then you start seeing things like serious. It's like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, like Cancer. I don't feel like you knew like that was the intention. Cause like, look at all that. Like, how could you want anything else when your picture is so full here? Like, I don't. Like, I think you were almost like confused. Cancer. Cancer. I mean, they have like a nice, pretty home. They have nice, pretty things, and they have like an abundance of it. Like they have abundance of things, but like, I think you were confused because you didn't see any room in that picture for you. Like there's no room for you in here, right? Like, so it was, I feel like it was almost unexpected here, right? This could be like a father type figure. He could be very judgmental as well. Now, this doesn't have to be your father either. Just a father in general, right? Like a very fatherly figure. We have the Three of Swords. Yeah. I think you're kind of seeing like, I feel like you're kind of seeing like the greediness, right? Like I feel like you're kind of seeing, like things in this picture that were kind of like fuzzy. I feel like it's starting to like clear up and you're finally starting to see the details of all this stuff, and like maybe their fruit's a little rotten. Maybe their pentacles are like crunchy or crusty. I don't know. I feel like you're really just starting to like maybe they have a moldy robe. I don't know. I feel like as you really start like zooming in, I feel like you start seeing like all of the stuff here, you know, and like what, like the details of it. And I think you just kind of made like a judgment call. I feel like you're seeing like, this isn't really like my energy. This really isn't like for me. Like, I don't think that this is going to be something that, is going to be like long lasting, right? Like, I feel like if you were to go with this energy here, like, I feel like you would be building your home out of sticks instead of bricks, right? Like like I feel like you would be using like the straw and the sticks in here, right? I don't feel like it's like a real castle, right? Because look in this picture. Yeah, there's a castle behind him, but that doesn't even look like that's his castle, right? Like that's way in the distance. Like, wouldn't you be in your cat? Like, if I was a king, I'd be in my castle. Like, I wouldn't be out sitting outside, like, you know, like 20 miles down the road, then there's a castle. No, like, I don't even think like this is the King of Pentacles castle here, right? And so it's almost like you're building sandcastles with somebody, and it's like, yeah, I can't survive on a promise. I can't serve, like, like I feel like you're having like real understandings of like the energy. Like if you were to become involved, like what would happen. I feel like you're foreseeing like different things. And what do they say? Like if you get in a relationship with somebody, like the things that bother you in the beginning, like they're gonna irritate the mess out of you. Like when you really start getting involved with somebody, like when you really start loving them, right? Like you're gonna hate it. And I feel like the more you're seeing these details, like you're realizing like, I really don't even think I like this energy around me. Like I could kind of go without it, like, I feel like that is causing some heartbreak here. I feel like you kind of like shattered, like the illusion of your fantasy that you had here with this King of Pentacles. I think you enjoyed the fantasy of it more than like the reality, right? Like I think it was just something to enjoy, something to picture, something, but I don't think, because we have the Judgment about this King of Pentacles, and then there's the Three of Swords. Like, I think you saw the truth. I think you saw things a little more clearly than what you had been before. And I think you're a Cancer. Like, you're wanting to build a home. You're wanting to build something sturdy, something long-lasting. Like, your opposite is Capricorn. Like, you want something long-lasting, right? Like, you want something that's going to be worthwhile, something that's worth building, like, those bonds, that energy relationship with. Somebody that you can be comfortable around, right? Like, you want those types of things. Like, you want, you want those things. Cancers are very loving and very, very sweet, right? And very giving, very selfless people, right? And there we go. And I feel like sometimes you might be calling energies to you that are not as caring, not as selfless, right? Like people that are a little bit more greedy, more self-involved, more focused on themselves, right? And for a Cancer, somebody that is so sensitive and is so giving, that's not always healthy, right? Like Cancers need people to love and care for them too. Like as much as Cancers nurture the world, like Cancers need that back too, right? And if they're dealing with a partner that's very selfish, very self-absorbed, that's what it is. I feel like you could be dealing with like a narcissist here. And then we have the Hangman. I feel like you could be dealing like with like characters that that are not equally suited like for your needs. Not even your wants, because your wants and your needs are different things. hey. But and that's the thing. I feel like that's what this King of Pentacles character was kind of about. Like you saw them, you're like, oh yeah, I want that. I feel like you saw all this nice, pretty stuff here, and you're like, oh yeah, sign me up for that. But that's not what you were needing, right? And I feel like you kind of realize that, like what's real and what's what's phony. Like you don't need any more takers in your life. Like you want a relationship where it's like even give and take, even fun, enjoyable, reciprocity, like somebody that you can give freely to so they can pour back into you, like you want to have even giving and receiving energies. If you take like one of the most important relationships in your life, your partner, and like it's not reciprocal, like if it's just one taker and then a giver, like then the rest of your life starts pouring in like that. Like if you have one of the main people is like just a taker and you're just always giving, then that's like telling the universe, hey, yeah, I really love that energy. Keep putting me in there, you know? And then like I feel like you're gonna start to realize like the other relationships around you like become like that as well, right? Where it's like even your coworkers start doing that, like even your mama starts doing that, even your kids start doing that, you know? It's like, well, what about me? You know, like, and I feel like you're realizing that. I feel like the situation that came in for you, I feel like it gave you a lot of clarity as to who you are, what is it that you really want, and how does that differ from the things that you're actually needing? What, right? Like, what is it that you're actually needing, and how is it different than what you're wanting, right? I feel like you really start taking some time out and like focusing on yourself, healing yourself, doing what it is you need to do to figure out your next step, to figure out your game plan, where it is you're wanting to go here. We have this Hangman. Even if that and that's with this situation, I feel like even if that means like you're the bad guy, right? And you just like kind of take yourself out of the situation, because Cancer, you don't want to cause any more upset or hurt in another person than necessary, right? So I feel like even if that means like you being the bad guy and being like, hey, like I can't do this anymore, like I gotta figure out my own stuff, right? I feel like you're doing that. Like if this isn't really the person for you, really the situation, like I feel like you have no problems like being the one to pull the plug, right? Like you don't want people to invest in you anymore than necessary if it's not going to be of benefit, right, to yourself or them, right? Like you don't want to like string people along, keep people attached, where it's like, for what? Like, what are we getting out of this? Nothing. Right? I feel like you're having a lot of understanding here, right? Okay, let's get into this Knight of Cups. First out, we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like you have a lot of love offers that are kind of like sneaky and shady here, right? I feel like you're trying to get away from them as quickly as possible. We have the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords. I feel like you're almost like using your words to like distract them so you can like make a quick escape so they don't really notice, like, hey, you know, like I feel like you're trying not to hurt people's feelings here, right? Like, see how she's on top of the water, right? Like I feel like you're trying to avoid like hurting anybody's feelings here. Just kind of glide right over them and, you know, don't even notice I'm sneaking out the back door. Like it's fine, right? Like I feel like there could be a lot of like love offers coming in at this time that just really aren't for you, right? And I feel like you are definitely knowing and seeing that, especially with this Knight of Cups here. Yeah, I feel like you've had a lot of people coming in and romancing you, but I feel like you're running. Like I feel like I feel like everything's good and fine with the conversations that you're having, but it's like the second somebody starts like hitting on you or something, like you get uncomfortable and you're out. Like you're just like, okay, bye. I like gotta go. I feel like if there's people coming in, you're just kind of like avoiding the love offer here, right? And then we have the Temperance. Yeah, I feel like you're trying not to get too involved in things. I feel like yeah, I'll try things out here, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'll measure it out and see, you know, what's the appropriate, you know, whatever. But like, you're not getting yourself too involved. You're not jumping in with both feet into the water here. Like you're testing things out, right? And if it doesn't feel right, if the water's too cold, you're not getting in. If the water's too hot, you're not getting in. You're being very mindful as to like your actions, like what you're actually participating in here, right? I feel like you're trying to stay light. You're trying not to get wrapped up and bogged down. Like if you get too heavy, you won't be able to fly here, right? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like you're keeping yourself very free flowing here, right? What is this Four of Wands? We have the King of Swords. You could be sharing a home with the King of Swords. And you have the Page of Swords. There could be a King of Swords here that is spying on you at your home. That's creepy. We have under this Four of Wands, we have King of Swords and the Page of Swords. You could have somebody around kind of like keeping an eye out on you, like making sure, like seeing what you're doing, things like that. This could be one of the characters that are coming in. Yeah, Page of Cups. I was going to say this could be one of the characters that is the Knight of Cups here, right? And then we have the Page of Cups. I think they're kind of spying, seeing what you're doing, who you're doing it with, where you're going. I feel like they have like affection for you. Like I feel like they have like feelings. And I feel like they're just being very observant, very you know, seeing what is all involved with you here, right? And with this Judgment, we have the Three of Cups. There could be a judgment being called on like a reuniting. There could be a partner here that that you've been with, right? Something that you could have thought was like long gone, like dead over here, right? And I'm saying that because they're in the caskets, right? And it looks like they're being lifted out. There could be a judgment where you thought like a partnership, a marriage was over, a friendship, a group of people that you could have worked with, right? And the judgment's being called about that, right? Like I feel like if anything was like dead and done, like I feel like it's being like resurrected here for you. We are still in Mercury retrograde, right? We're about to go into post shadow. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This could be at work here. There could be a judgment about like the group of people, like if you go out for like happy hour or anything like that. I feel like a judgment's being called about that, right? Like if there's like a lot of partying going on at work. Things like that. I feel like we have the Nine of Swords. I feel like if there's something at work here involving like drinking, a party, anything like that, I feel like it's making you very anxious and very nervous. This could be something that you're not really wanting to do, right? It could be a job that you used to do, right? And I feel like you could be taking it back up maybe. And I feel like that's bringing in some anxiety and worry here. Something that you've been working on, right? Like I feel like there could have been a project here that you were working on, and I feel like in Mercury retrograde, like you pick it back up. I think this is something that you kind of left behind in the past, because I feel like it made you just anxious, nervous. I feel like it was bringing up a lot of stuff for you, and I feel like you were like, you know what, I'll revisit this later. And I think that that's kind of like popping back up for you here at this time, right? What is this King of Pentacles? We have the Ten of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles here could be offering you Ten of Pentacles here. This Ten of Pentacles. It could be like a wish fulfillment of yours. It could be a marriage. Just kind of complete happiness. It could be involving children. We also have the Strength card as well. I feel like they could be giving you strength as to how like go out and get this, right? And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like you could be dealing with a Leo here as well. I feel like you're being given at this time the strength to walk away from what is being offered here. Did my camera just mess up? I feel like you're being given the strength to walk away from whatever love offer, money offer that this King of Pentacles is offering here for you, right? I feel like if they were like trying to shove like a whole lot of money in your face or something, trying to get you to do what it was that they wanted, it could be an earth masculine. It could be a Leo. Like, I feel like they kept coming in and like, offering you more things, offering you more stuff, giving you more gifts, bringing you, treats and coffees and, you know, like all of these cookies and candies and dinners and margaritas and anything and everything, like abundance. Like, look at this card. This is abundance. They just kept coming in and offering all these things, different things for you right here, right? And whatever you could possibly imagine here, they're bringing it in right through the door. And I feel like it kept getting like harder and harder for you to say no, right? And I feel like you're being, yeah, I feel like Cancer, I feel like you could have like I feel like you could struggle with like being able to say no and set like boundaries and limits with people here, right? Like, I feel like if somebody's persistent, you know, you hate telling people no, you know, and so like I feel like eventually you give in, and I think this character sees that. I feel like they kind of know that. And I feel like you're being given the strength to stand up for yourself, say no, say, I don't have to accept this, you know, like, and I feel like they're just like, I feel like their feelings are hurt because I feel like they thought that they could like use these things to get to you, right? Like, use these things to like coerce you into like getting you in the direction that they're wanting you to go in. But I feel like you've been given like a new strength here, like where you were weak and kept saying, okay, like I feel like you're being given the strength to like be bold and stand up for yourself and say, no, like I'm good. I'll pass on that. Like, I'm okay. Like, like knowing what you will allow, like leaving behind the things that, I feel like it's almost like manipulation tactics here for you, right? And then we have the Three of Swords with the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like this Queen of Swords is receiving some truths here about the group of people that they're working in. The group of people that they're working around. We have 2 threes, 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. I feel like they're receiving a lot more truth about things that are actually really going on. People's true intentions. I feel like it's a little heartbreaking here. I feel like if there was any like bullshit being like involved with like other people, like especially people you work with, your friends, family, like groups of people here. I feel like once like you get these downloads, once you get these like understandings, once you get like these truths that you're needing to know, like I feel like that's causing a heartbreak for you here, right? I feel like you're seeing like everything for what it really is, involving these people. And I feel like you're using your sword. I feel like you're able to clearly speak into the world, and to these people for what it is you're going to accept, what it is you won't accept, what it is you will deal with, what is it you won't deal with, right? What is this, Hangman? We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, and so I feel like you go back into yourself here. I feel like you start cutting people off. I feel like you start realizing your worth. I feel like now that you have more of an understanding, I feel like you're taking yourself out of the equation. I feel like if you're going to be problem solving, you're going to be problem solving on yourself, on your own issues, on your own problems here, right? And I feel like you're really trying to like work out your own theorem here. I feel like you're trying to work out your own vision, your own goals, your own life. I feel like you're trying to like really figure out like where it is you're wanting to go, what it is you're wanting to do here, right? I feel like you're finding happiness within yourself. You're not really needing anybody else's encouragement, anybody else's words to find enlightenment for you, right? Because it is your enlightenment. people don't even have to come in and explain these things. I feel like you're just very observant, right? I feel like you're very observant at this time. You're able to clearly see what these connections will bring in for you. Like, I feel like you just have a further scope here, right? Once you receive these truths, we have three threes. 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and it's all sitting in like a triangle here. With the Queen of Swords in the middle. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it could be, this Queen of Swords could have like an air trine in their birth chart. I feel like the Mercury retrograde, I feel like the Mercury retrograde kind of like kept some things like out of your sight of knowing what was really going on here, right? And once the time comes where like you can clearly see it and clearly understand it, yeah, nothing can stop you. Like Cancer, like no. I don't think people's actions, I don't think their words can come in and really interfere with what it is that you're setting out to do here. Like, I feel like you have a plan, an action, a goal, and I feel like you're almost like directing people here, right? I feel like you're calling your future to yourself. I feel like you could have like a lot of people talking in your ear, but you're staying focused on the future. You're staying focused on your goals. You're staying focused on like moving forward here for you, right? And then we have the 8 of Wands. I feel like these change. Yeah, I feel like the more you're focusing on yourself and the less people in your ear, these changes that you're coming in, that you're picturing, that you're foreseeing, they're going to come in a lot quicker for you. I feel like once you leave behind the chatter and go forward with really only dealing with yourself, with your foresight, yeah, I feel like the things that you're envisioning and the things that you're picturing, they're going to be coming to you like almost instantaneous, right? And then we have a star. Instantaneous. We have the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the star all under the Hangman. You have so much healing work coming in for you. You have so much healing work. Yeah, I feel like where there was heaviness before, like, no. I feel like because you kept testing the water, that's what it is. I feel like you... So in the first word, we have the Temperance. In the last one, we have the Star. I feel like you kept going in and checking the water, making sure it was okay. If it's drinkable, if, you know, like what type of emotion, what type of water am I working in here, right? And I feel like once you kept testing and testing and testing and like figuring things out, like, okay, now it's time to take a bath. Now it's time to cleanse yourself. Now it's time to heal yourself. Now it's time to really get involved. Like really start clearing some things up here. Really start to do the work that like you were kind of like, I feel like you kept testing to see like, okay, am I going to go this direction, this direction, this, and I feel like once you finally find like the direction that like, okay, like I know I'm going to be going in this direction, like then you're like, okay, let's jump in, right? Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm going to get one card out for how you can heal this energy. And then I will let you go. Okay. Let's get one card out for how you can heal this energy. I just saw abundance, planning, and pleasure. I feel like the more pleasure seekers, I feel like the more I feel like the more you're in this pleasure space, I feel like it's going to be easier for you to call what it is you're needing to you, right? I feel like the more you're in like feel good, happy, enjoyment energy, I feel like the more it's going to reproduce positive results for you, especially involving your finances here, right? Let's get one card. Focus on feeling good, even that's for other people here, right? Like that could be something that you do for work, right? Not pleasure. Oh, that sounds terrible. Okay, let's okay. Build strength. I don't know what you do for work. Build strength. I feel like you're being given mental toughness at this time. Like not just physical toughness. I feel like you're going through like strength testing for like your mind, for your emotions here, right? Yeah, mental toughness. Weren't we just talking about that? Oh, I wish I hadn't have put up those cards. Yeah, I feel like you're building mental toughness. I feel like once you're kind of like taking some time out to it's almost like that testing that you were doing here, right? Like before you're jumping in, like I feel like it's it's almost like you're like learning to like know like okay, now it's time to go. I feel like you're learning self-control, like self-page. I feel like you're really doing like internal, like mental, emotional work here. I feel like you're really just focusing in on what you have going on in your own mind and your own world here. And I feel like that's really helping you here, right? Sometimes like when we're like God tests us, like whenever we're like physically weak, we get mentally strong. Whenever we're mentally strong, sometimes we can get physically weak. You know, we get sick or something like that. And I feel like that's something that like when one like if your spiritual life is going good, sometimes like your physical life will kind of, you know, like it's like kind of that swing, you know, like you got to have something going on to like make sure that you're still growing, that you're still building strength here. And I feel like that's what you're doing here, right? I feel like you're just kind of ebbing and flowing, you know, like learning to build certain strengths that you're going to need for later, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.